Hey everyone, Lex here. Today we are in the heart of fast-paced modern Chongqing, but I'm not here for the skyline. I'm here for searching for traces of China's World War II past, hidden beneath this futuristic megacity. Because during World War II, Chongqing wasn't just another city. It was China's wartime capital, the political, military and psychological center of resistance against Japan. Back then, the Western allies looked at China and saw a superpower in the making. And at the top stood Chiang Kai-shek, portrayed as the unquestioned leader of a united modern nation fighting Japan. In Washington, billions of dollars in aid, weapons, and supplies flowed into Chiang's government. But US policymakers never fully understood just how corrupt, fractured, and dysfunctional that system was. And just a few years later, it all collapsed, swept away by Mao Zedong and the communist forces. So the question is, how did one of the largest armies in the world fall apart so quickly? Journalists on the ground saw the truth long before the fall. One of them was Agnes Smedley, an American reporter who embedded with communist troops and documented everything in her book, China Fights Back. What she saw was not a cohesive state. She saw a house of cards. Because Chiang didn't truly command China, his regime was a fragile coalition constantly balancing autonomous regional warlords, rival factions inside the Kuomintang KMT, deeply corrupt political networks, elite financiers tied to the powerful Soong Kung family, including his wife Soong Mei-ling. Orders from the top were ignored, distorted, or monetized. US aid vaporized through layer after layer of corruption. What may surprise many Americans today is that in this same period, a powerful China lobby in the US worked tirelessly to portray Chiang as a heroic democratic leader. The most influential figure behind this was Henry R. Luce, founder of Time magazine, Life magazine, Fortune magazine. Luce used his media empire to elevate Chiang and Madame Chiang to iconic status. In Time, Chiang was one of the most frequently featured foreign leaders of the era. This myth-making fed directly into Washington's worldview. The US saw the China it wanted to see, not the one that actually existed. On paper, Chiang commanded millions of troops. In reality, the nationalist military was a patronage machine, not a modern army. Reporters like Smedley documented undertrained, poorly motivated soldiers, officer positions purchased through corruption, brutal forced conscription that devastated morale, weapons diverted into black markets. Tanks and rifles couldn't fix a system that was broken from within. While soldiers starved, elites grew rich. Hyperinflation wiped out the middle class, and the nationalist state survived by squeezing its own people. Political legitimacy collapsed, and coercion took its place. Despite mounting evidence, the US kept pouring resources into Chiang's regime. American strategy was built on fundamental misunderstandings. Aid was distributed through political favoritism. Logistics, like Himalayan airlifts, were wildly inefficient. Internal disputes between US officials undermined planning. Washington treated China as a unified nation-state when it wasn't one. Rather than reforming China, American aid propped up a failing system, accelerating its collapse. Meanwhile, in Yan'an, observers saw a very different reality. Under Mao, the communist movement built tight, disciplined rural governance, early anti-corruption measures, strong internal cohesion, mass mobilization through land reform. Chiang didn't just lose a military war, he lost a competition of organization, legitimacy, and public support. After defeat, Chiang and the KMT fled to Taiwan, hoping to one day reclaim the mainland. And here's where history turns ironic. Over time, separatist movements emerged in Taiwan. And the US, despite officially recognizing Taiwan as a part of China since the Nixon era, began backing these factions with billions in military aid. Imagine Washington's reaction if Beijing sent billions to separatists in Texas or California. Today, history echoes again. Recently, the KMT's chairwoman Cheng Li-wun visited Beijing, meeting with Xi Jinping. She emphasized that hostility toward the mainland is a political construction, not the reality most Taiwanese want. Most people on the island simply want peace. Yet Taiwan's current minority government continues to rely on authoritarian measures to suppress critics, while Washington keeps the conflict alive with endless funding. And once again, American policymakers are backing a strategy they cannot win. That's it for today. If you want to learn more about how this history shapes today's tensions over Taiwan, subscribe to my Substack. The link is below, and hit that like button. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.